Friends, how we doing today? Taking my dog out to go potty. Come on, Bubba. But friends, it's Monday. I still want to continue to add value to your guys' lives. I want to be able to continue to give back. You know, I made it to become a nurse. Check out these pumpkins though. Which one's better, you tell me. One's my partner's, one's mine. Not gonna tell you which one's which. Just for the chance you choose the wrong one. Oh, someone's going potty. Friends, I just want you guys to know that I still want to continue to give you guys value. I actually am working on a video that I think, kind of like the one in the week before, will also be quite helpful. This next video that I'm working on is actually a good one too. I think it will be pretty informative. I'm going to be breaking down, you know, the differences between CNA, LVN, and RN. And I'm going to dive deep into it. I'm going to give like the pay range, the requirements, the time frames, and other things kind of about the job, like job duties. So I'm looking forward to that one. But for today, I want to answer a question that was one that I've always kind of had, you know, getting into school that I was contemplating. And that was, do you have to be a CNA in order to get into a nursing program, or even in order to become an RN? And the answer to that is simply no, you don't have to. And I'll explain. So for me, friends, you know, I always knew I wanted to be competitive and get into a 4-year school to then apply to their nursing program, right? When I say 4-year, I mean a bachelorette program, a bachelor's program. That's what I mean by that. It's a BSN. When I don't say a 4-year, you know, it's technically a community college, right? Like a 2-year school. It's kind of what most people know them as, like a 2-year school. That's a community college. That would be an ADN. So there's a difference. But for me, because I always wanted to be competitive, I was like, how do you make yourself competitive? Well, one way to do that is, you know, you try to get A's in all your classes. You know, that's kind of first and foremost. And then you start to look at other things that you can do, right? One is, you'll notice when you go to apply to these 4-year schools, some schools give you, you know, a higher point system score, you know, for other things. One could be, you know, an additional language like Spanish or French or something, right? Another common one is, do you have any healthcare experience? And one of the easiest ways to get healthcare experience is by going to get your CNA license or work as a CNA. I mean, you technically need to get your license as a CNA, your certificate, in order to work as a CNA, but you kind of get the point. So that's one way to fluff it. So the actual answer is, you don't have to be a CNA, but if you want to continue to make yourself competitive, one easy way to do it and get some additional points is by having your CNA certificate. And then also, I think depending on how many years you work as a CNA, you get more points and things like that. Every school is different, but at least the ones that I've seen, they do have an incentive to being a CNA, right? So that's for the school part. So now let's say you're actually, you know, thinking about, oh, do I need to be a CNA to be a good nurse? And again, the answer to that is no, you don't have to. Regardless, when you go into the nursing school program, everybody's gonna start in semester 1 and do CNA work. And CNA work is all semester 1. You know, you're gonna go to a SNF, a skilled nursing facility, and you're gonna practice your skills. You may even practice on each other in lab, shaving, right? Cleaning, how to, you know, do hygienic things, like very, very basic ground floor stuff. As a nurse, as an RN on the floor, depending on your work environment, a lot of those CNA tasks you're actually not gonna be doing like on the day-to-day or as frequently as you would as if you were just a CNA. You're still supposed to be capable of doing those things, but the expectation is just different. It's more of a team dynamic. So, you know, you're gonna be the RN, you're gonna be focusing on RN assessments, medications, not so much the hygienic things. Although, you know, if you're a good team member, you're gonna be doing those things too when you see them, if you can help. That's what a good nurse would do. But what I'm trying to say is, because you're gonna do these things in semester 1, you technically don't have to be a CNA in order to be a good nurse. They're gonna teach you this in school. A lot of it is extra. You're gonna see some people actually did get their CNA certificate. You may be inclined and kind of feeling like you have to do it, you know, just to get into a program that you want to be competitive. And you're gonna see other people, other students are gonna have kind of that same experience, right? but you don't have to. You don't have to be a CNA to necessarily get into a program, and you don't have to necessarily be a CNA to be a good nurse. Kind of like the answer to both. You don't have to, but they both would help. So I think that's a common question. I just wanted to share some value still as we continue, to kind of wrap up this year. But every single Monday, I'm going to continue to show up here with some value of some sort. And other than these videos, friends, you can always follow me on Instagram. A lot of you guys do DM me with your questions, and I really appreciate it. You guys have really good questions, really solid questions. And I just want to be able to just give value, turn around and look at the people coming up, now that I'm here as, a working male RN, to give some value, give some knowledge, give some tips, be helpful in some way, to be the person that would have been helpful for me, going into this nursing career, be that person now. So that's what I'm here for, friends. Don't hesitate to reach out. If you have any questions, I got you.